Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yeji, like yay G. My channel is all about saving money while traveling because let's be real, traveling can get expensive. So if you don't have to spend money, why would you, right? If that sounds interesting to you, let's be internet besties and consider subscribing below, and let's get into today's video. Today I wanted to talk about airlines that offer companion passes because we all know tickets are expensive. So if we can get a little bit of something from the airline, why wouldn't you, right? I'll start talking about domestic airlines first, and then we'll move on to international airlines. It's not like a lot of airlines offer companion passes, but there are some that offer. And if you are able to take advantage of the companion pass, then I think these cards will be beneficial for you. Also, side note, a lot of these airline cards don't really have good multipliers for everyday spending, which is unfortunate, right? Because you want to use these cards to increase your miles, and you can use these miles on actual flights along with the companion pass. So it's kind of annoying that the multipliers are so low, and the multipliers that they give you are also low in terms of like categories. So a lot of the times they'll give you like 3x on whatever airline you're flying if it's from that co-branded card, but there is better credit cards out there that give you like 5x for purchasing a ticket. So in my mind, it's like, why would I spend money on this co-branded card with the smaller multiplier when I can get more points with a different credit card? So you just have to keep in mind that the multipliers are not great, but depending on your situation, it might be beneficial to put spend on that card just because you fly that airline so often. And with all these credit cards, they will charge like the taxes and fees. So those range from, I want to say like $100 to $200 range, not like completely free. You still have to pay like taxes and fees, but those taxes and fees will still be cheaper than booking another seat for your companion. A lot of these airline cards offer similar benefits such as like free checked bag up to a certain number of companions within your itinerary. And sometimes they'll give you like discounts on Wi-Fi or food and beverages purchased in flight. And another thing that I won't mention is the welcome bonuses. Sometimes they might offer companion pass with a welcome bonus if you spend a certain amount on the card, but welcome bonuses always change. So I mainly wanted to talk about how much you need to spend in order to keep that companion pass year after year. So let's start alphabetically and start with Alaska Airlines. So Alaska Airlines offers two cards that have companion passes. One is personal and the other one is business. So with the personal card, they charge $95 for the annual fee, and you have to spend $6,000 a year on the card for you to get a companion pass. The business credit card is actually cheaper with an annual fee of $70, and you also need to spend $6,000 on the card to receive the companion pass. So if you're comparing the two, I would suggest you get the business card instead. That is, if you're able to get a business card, because the annual fee is cheaper and you still have to put the same amount of spend on it. Alaska Airlines is actually one of the easiest airline cards to put spend on it because the cap is actually quite low. $6,000 compared to some of the other cards that I will mention is quite low. So if you live near an airport that flies Alaskan, or if you fly Alaskan Airlines pretty often, I think having an Alaskan Airlines credit card is worth it for you in the long run. I mean, $6,000 in a year, it's really not that bad. And if you can get a companion pass with it, like one person free, why not, right? Next, I wanted to talk about American Airlines. And American is actually partnered with two banks, Citi and Barclays. Do note though, their partnership with Barclays is going to end at the end of this year. So I suggest you pick up a Barclays card, even if it's going to change into like a Citi card, just for the welcome bonus that you can get essentially, because if it goes away, then you're kind of missing out on the average of like 60,000 American Airlines points. So if you can, get the Barclays card. And just on a side note, I got the Citi Advantage, like the platinum regular, like $99 card. Like, well, it's $0 annual fee the first year, and then the second year is $99. Well, I got that card for the welcome bonus, and then I downgraded it to like the no annual fee card. I think it's called like the Mile Up card. And then I got the Barclays Aviator card. That way you're hitting like both bonuses with Citi and Barclays before Barclays goes away. So that's just one tip. But going back to companion pass, Citi offers a companion pass with their business credit card. It's their A Advantage business credit card. With the Citi version though, you have to spend $30,000 in a year to get the companion pass, and that is quite high just for a round-trip domestic flight ticket in economy. And once again, with the multipliers, it's pretty low. Now, Barclays, on the other hand, offers two credit cards. The first one is the A Advantage Red Aviator card, and that also has a $99 annual fee, which you have to pay for the first year. But the spend threshold is only $20,000 compared to Citi's $30,000. So, I mean, $10,000 cheaper, I'll take it. Although, like I said, it's gonna go away, unfortunately. But if you're able to maximize like $20,000 before the end of the year 2025, then that might be worth it for you. The other card is the Aviator Silver card. Now, this is a $199 annual fee card, and it is no longer open to new applicants. You'd have to product change. But the nice thing about the Silver is that you get two companion passes by spending $20,000. So let's say you already have the Red Aviator card and you need two companion passes. You might just product change to the Silver and spend $20,000 by the end of this year. That way next year you'll get two companion passes. So the next airline I wanted to talk about is Delta. And in my opinion, Delta is the easiest to earn a companion pass. You literally just have to have the card in order to get the companion pass. And those two cards are the SkyMiles Platinum and the SkyMiles Reserve. And they're both from Amex. And the thing about Amex credit cards is that their annual fees are quite high. So the Platinum is $350 and the Reserve is $650. And yes, I know they're quite high, but because it's Amex, they give you a lot of credits. So the Platinum cards gives you $120 in rideshare credit, which obviously is broken down to each month. They also give you $150 for booking a hotel through Delta Stays, and they give you $120 Resi dining credit. So if you're able to maximize all those credits, you're coming up ahead of the annual fee, and on top of that, you get a companion pass. So if you fly Delta in any frequency, I'd say it's worth it. The Reserve card also gives you $120 in rideshare credit, and it gives you $200 with their Delta stays, like hotels or vacation rentals you might be booking, and it gives you $240 with Resi. So once again, if you're able to maximize the credits, then I think the Reserve card is also worth it. Because remember, the Reserve card also comes with lounge access and other like status related points so that you can hit the status the following year a lot quicker. I wish I lived near an airport that flies Delta just because I think the credit cards are really valuable, but unfortunately we don't. We fly more American than Delta. These cards are kind of useless for us. But if you fly to a city in any frequency that has like a Delta hub, then these cards are definitely worth looking into, just because you're getting a companion pass for free, right? It's not free, you still have to pay taxes and stuff, but it's still better than having to put spend on it like other credit cards. Delta also has exact same cards in their business card lineup. So the Platinum and the Reserve, it's identical to the personal version. So if you have a business, then you can look into business cards instead. The next airline I wanted to talk about is Hawaiian, and I know I mentioned earlier that I won't be talking about the welcome bonuses, but this is just like a one-time thing, and so I just wanted to mention it. The Hawaiian Airlines credit card is a $99 annual fee, and it gives you like a one-time 50% off companion pass. So it's not as lucrative as other airlines, but 50% is still better than nothing in my opinion. If there's two people traveling to Hawaii, well, one of them will get 50% off essentially. And subsequently, every year after that, they'll give you $100 off the companion. So if you have two people in your itinerary, the second person will get $100 off. And honestly, that's like nothing. I feel like Hawaiian Airlines really need to like revamp their card, but that $100 makes up for the annual fee. So if you fly Hawaiian at all, then at least you'll get like free checked bag with the credit card, and essentially you won't be paying the annual fee because you'll be getting that money through the companion. And the last domestic airline I wanted to talk about is Southwest. And I'd say Southwest is actually the most popular of all the other airlines when it comes to the companion pass. It's definitely a little bit more complicated, but I think you can get more benefits out of it if you use it wisely. So as of now, Southwest requires 135,000 points in order for you to get the companion pass. And the companion pass is valid for 2 years. and not one like all the other airlines. It used to be 125,000 points, but I guess they upped it to 135. But thankfully, welcome bonuses can be counted towards the 135,000 points. Southwest has 3 personal cards and 1 business card. And you can hold one each, meaning like 1 personal and 1 business. You can't have all 3 personal cards. It doesn't work that way. So if you're able to get 1 personal card, whichever card works for you, and then get the business card together, you may be able to hit 135,000 points. So the Rapid Rewards Plus is $69, the Rapid Rewards Premier is $99, and the Rapid Rewards Priority is $149. Depending on which card you get, you'll get different multipliers and you can get different credits that may help offset the annual fee. There are 2 business cards from Southwest. The first being the Premier Business, which is $99, and the Performance Business, which is $199. And all of these cards, whether it's personal or business, depending on the year, the welcome bonuses are different. A little hack that people like to do, including myself, is to get the personal and the business card towards the end of the year. Like if you're able to get it either October or November or even December, and put spend on it, but don't complete the welcome bonus spend until after the new year. So come January, then finish putting the spend. So let's say they require you to spend $3,000 for the welcome bonus. Don't finish that $3,000 spend until January. That way, when the statement closes in January, you have that full year starting January and the following year to use that companion pass. And that's exactly what my family did. My husband got the personal and the business version, and we have the companion pass for 2 years. And unfortunately, that's ending at the end of this year in December. So I may try to do this hack next time. So I'll get the personal card and the business card under my name. That way we'll have another 2 years of the companion pass. And of course, you have to be a frequent flyer of Southwest. I mean, if you don't fly the airlines, not just Southwest, but any of the airlines I mentioned, if you don't fly the airlines, then it's kind of pointless getting these credit cards, right? You do have to fly them often enough to justify the annual fee. In our case, we do fly Southwest, but I've noticed that we don't fly it as often as American just because the flight availability, like the depending on the time that the flight departs, is not favorable for us. Also, a lot of the times we do have to stop somewhere instead of flying nonstop, and I just don't really like that. So we did use the companion pass while we had it, but I think that it wasn't as useful to us as it is to some other family. Now, moving on to international airlines, there are 2 that I want to talk about, starting with British Airways. And British Airways is a $95 annual fee card. And once again, the multipliers are not that great, but I don't have this card just for the multiplier. I have it for the companion pass. If you're able to spend $30,000 on this card per year, you get a companion pass that is valid for 2 years. With this card, it's with award points. So it's not like you can pay for a British Airways ticket and your companion flies for free with you. If you are looking for that kind of card, then look into either Iberia or Aer Lingus. The British Airways card is just purely for those that are redeeming miles. You can use the companion pass for free if you are redeeming miles. So you would spend the miles to fly wherever and your companion will be free. Or you can use that on yourself, and whatever miles that you would spend on yourself would only cost half the amount. Let's say you're flying somewhere and the flight costs 100,000 miles. So instead of 100,000 miles, it only costs you 50,000 miles if you use the companion pass on yourself. And that works for our family. Both my husband and I have the British Airways credit card. And with my husband's card, our daughter can fly for free. And with my card, I'd only pay half of what it cost me. And the reason why I like British Airways so much is that I don't have to hunt for an award ticket. Sometimes an award flight is so difficult to find depending on the airline. And with British Airways, they always guarantee that every flight will have availability. So if there's a certain time of day that you need to fly out, whether it's like in the evening or like an early morning, well, they guarantee that there will be award availability for those flights. Whereas certain airlines, maybe it only flies in the afternoon, and that's kind of the time you're stuck with flying, and that's it. So it gives me the freedom to choose. And also, I do know that their taxes and fees, depending on where you fly, can sometimes be a little bit high. But my justification for it is that other European airlines also charge a hefty amount when it comes to taxes and fees, such as KLM and Air France. So if you compare those flights to British Airways, it's really not that bad. And also with the British Airways credit card, they give you credit to offset those taxes and fees as well, depending on which class you fly, whether it's first or business or economy. They'll help you cut down the cost of those taxes and fees. So for our family, we value British Airways. I mean, clearly we both have the credit card. So it's just something that works for us because it's just easy. The last airline I wanted to talk about is Lufthansa, and their credit card has an $89 annual fee. And the great thing about this credit card is even if you spend $1 on the credit card, they'll give you the companion pass that first year that you have the card, and you get the companion pass every year after that. The companion pass is only for economy flights. So if you fly Lufthansa with any frequency, then this card is actually really great because they essentially give it to you every year for free. So those are the 7 airlines that offer companion passes. Like I mentioned, none of these cards are great when it comes to multipliers, and they do have certain benefits like free checked bags, or they help you with statuses, or gives you like lounge access. But we're not thinking of those extra things. We're technically only thinking about companion pass today because this video is about companion pass, right? So if you fly any of these airlines and you're able to hit that spend limit, then I think these cards are kind of worth looking into. Obviously, not every card is gonna work for everyone. They have very specific targeted audiences, but if you are one of those audiences, then these cards might work out for you. And so I just wanted to give you like an overview of all these different credit cards that are out there. So when you're hunting for airline credit cards, maybe one of these will pique your interest. Anyway, as always, I hope today's video was helpful and informative. What is your favorite companion pass credit card? Do you have any of these cards, or are you planning on getting one of these cards? Let me know by commenting down below. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time with a different video. Bye!